Good.
So where do things stand at right tackle now at Trojan and Murphy?
It's still competition, just like it was before. Saturday, I felt like Mike was making some mistakes I'd seen him make in practice, and we were trying to get those things fixed. He's had a better week at fixing those things, but Murph got in there. Murph played well, and I just felt like I wanted to keep going with what was working at the time.
How do you feel in general about the progress of the unit?
We're still a work in progress. We can play much better. There's still there's so many missed moments, I guess I will say, that we have an opportunity. We're almost there, but close isn't good enough, especially as we go down the stretch in the last half of the season here. So had a good week of practice, and every week you got to come out and get better at something small. It's all the little things. When you play good people, the little things become big things. And so we're just working on the details every single day of practice. That's what we got to do to be able to put the team in position where we want to be for these second half of the season.
Are there maybe specific things that keep popping up week to week for you guys?
Yes and no. There's been some things we've gotten better at, we've improved on, and it showed up in the game Saturday in some specific instances. But football, playing the offensive line is always this way. It's kind of like you don't focus on something or don't work it for a week or two, you just kind of lose it. And you got to be working that skill set over and over and over all the time. And mostly it's very small things. But again, the little things become big things. You're playing really good people. Hats off to Arizona's front. I thought they did a good job tonight.
Lincoln was talking about just pass protections, and I thought the run blocking was improved, but pass protection Saturday was a little bit iffy at times. Were there any specific kind of instances that you can think about that you kind of like to build on from last week?
Well, you're always looking for the same thing. You're looking for depth of pocket inside, and you're looking for width of pocket on the edge. And we kind of let a guy edge us a couple times, and then our pocket on the interior got pushed back on top of the quarterback a couple times. So, it's always the same old things. It's like not this, crisis thing. It's like, but again, it's being consistent at getting your job done every snap, and that's what we got to improve on.
Who do you anticipate starting at right tackle this week?
I'm going to wait and see how they finish practice tomorrow.
To what extent do you feel Notre Dame is a kind of a different challenge than you faced this point?
Well, their linebackers are super aggressive. They're downhill guys. They have some great plays on film. We're making contact with people and just knocking people backwards. And so we've got to be ready for that. They like to, because those guys are so good, they like to blitz them. We got to be ready to pick up those blitzes. They're big and strong inside. They use their hands really well on the interior. They get a lot of disruption from interior pass rush, so we got to be ready for that. But overall, I think one of the most impressive things about them is they just play extremely hard. And they run to the football and they swarm and chase and all those things you want your defense to do. So we got to go match their intensity. And looks like we're gonna have great weather in South Bend, so it might be one of those games that whoever can punch the other one with enough body blows is the one that wins at the end.
Statistically, it seems like as compared to last year, running backs are having a lot more success, kind of breaking runs off to the edge as opposed to kind of going between the tackles or up the middle. Just curious if you've seen that at all.
I have no idea about that. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope every run play we run works.
What was your assessment of the second half against Colorado? We heard Justin and Jonah talk about how they felt like they were out-physicaled in that second half. What did you see on tape?
Well, I think that's been a theme for us, the last couple weeks. We've got to play better with our hands and get in inside hand position, and we've got to be in better position when we drive people. But we were on blocks, and they either shucked us and knocked us off of them, or what have you. But yeah, that's what we got to get better at. That's where a lot of our improvements got to come.
What do you think of Mason? You guys have kind of in a big spot as far as he progresses as the season continues.
Yeah, I was real proud of him. I honestly, we were trying to get started, and I was staying with Mike just to try to keep the same five in there to get started a little bit and get going. so he stayed mentally strong through that. We had a plan for him to come in and play just like we always do. But I just told him, and then, you know, when Mike struggled a little bit, he hopped in there and he did a really nice job. So his progression is good. You know, he's getting better every week. You know, I feel really good about, you know, him going in the game and helping us wherever he needs to help us at.
Is there ever a thought of maybe, you know, down the line starting him and bringing Tarkin in, you know, to play one of the guard spots?
I never have any kind of thoughts like that, what might happen in the future. No, I mean, yeah, there's always thoughts. I mean, you have thoughts every day, right? You're always, if we're doing it right, we're always projecting, trying to tweak here and there, finding out what is our best combination. That's always the thing. So, yeah, I don't know what are you trying to ask me if that's going to happen? I don't know that yet. We're going to see how we practice this week. We're making a decision after practice, and we'll go from there. And then sometimes you get in the game, it's just a feel thing.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.